Okay, so we begin now. So, now, I think Siqi, my student, right? Cheryl and Harish, you guys are new, right? Test your speaker and see. No, oh, Cheryl. Oh. That Cheryl. Okay, Puzhong one, right? Okay. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? So, okay, come. So, just want to make sure. So my class are very simple. Got any question, just ask only. Sadly enough that you only can direct message me. I actually wanted, so that everybody in the meeting can see lah. Alright. Otherwise, right, the class may seem dead a bit. So I don't want to be dead. So got any question, just ask only. Alright. Don't be shy. Okay. Yeah, you dare to question, I dare to answer lah. So that's my class, that's my motto. So you will have two materials. So the first material will be the what do you call this, the exercise. Okay, and then another one will be your short notes lah, which will be something like this according to your language lah. Alright. So want to make sure first you guys are BM or BI version, yeah? Cheryl, BI version? Cheryl is BI? Siqing? BI okay, Harish Harish, BI or BM version? So that I can be safe a bit. BI, okay, can but my answer will be in dual language lah, because this class supposedly is catered for BM/BI, not BI/BM, although it's the same thing lah technically. Alright, so now without further ado we start lah. Okay, the one that's supposed to come didn't come. Okay, no, never mind. Okay, so Form 4 Chapter 1 Safety Measure in Laboratory. Okay, so warm up first lah. So what we plan to do is I plan to cover Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 only lah. Okay, this is what I plan to do. And then Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 only. And then if we got time, then we will go for essay. Quick check up with you guys. Essay coming out, right? Your exam, I hope. Got. Exam coming out or not? For the essay part. Got, right? Okay, so we will discuss about this a bit also lah. Alright, according to your exam lah. Alright, so with that in mind, I think that we can start lah. Okay, now this iPad is messing me up. Okay, so I cannot use the iPad anymore, sadly. Okay, so now this one. Number one, so warm up first, you guys can do this by yourself. Should be easy. Try to do it by yourself. This one warm up. Most likely that will come out in your section A. Okay, most likely lah. Okay, so now while you guys doing the thing, and then if you want to double check your answer should be here. So if A connected to H, then H connect to K. Alright? Can So now the idea is very simple right now. While you guys doing it, okay, now for your exam wise, SPM wise, real format, we are talking about you got three sections, okay? Actually 4. So you got paper 1, which is objective, 40 question. I believe I asked few school already, they say that this first term exam, most likely that they will use full format. That's why that you will see that the essay also coming out. Okay, and then one more thing about this is for the paper 2 paper, you got section A, which is the easiest one, but they will test about your manipulated responding, those kind of thing. And then section B, most likely that will look something like this. Okay, so this one done, question 1 done. Yeah. Okay, question 1 done. If I too fast, let me know, yeah. So okay, now question 2, yeah. Let me move on. Okay, question 2, yeah. So safety in lab must be observed by the school teacher and your student lah. So state one type of accident that happened in the lab and justify your answer with the correct example. Okay, so your answer is very simple. Now they ask you to write down one accident. So in this case here, I write 3 and then example. So you answer accordingly. They ask you to give 1, then you give 1 one type of accident, and they ask you to explain. So fire accident due to chemical explosion, no? So you copy one of it enough already. No need to take so much. Okay? Can? Choose one. Choose your poison. Okay? And okay, I think I can go to the next one also. So diagram below show a student that carried out the experiment in the lab. What should he wear? So again, you got a lot of answer here. Choose, because 3 marks, yeah. So choose any of the 3. Easy 3 marks leh. Okay, glove, lab coat, clothes, shoes, goggle, face mask. Did I miss out anything yet? Glove, I think everything is here lah. Okay, choose any of the 3 lah, and you should be fine. And why the student need to wear the protective glove all the time? So to avoid injury lah. Okay, let me know if you guys done. And if you don't understand particular what do you call this question or sub-chapter, right? You can tell me also, right? Let me try to download the English short notes in case that you guys need it, since all of you is, BI version. Okay, let me check, yeah. Putting is done. Done, let me know, yeah? Done, okay. Oh yeah, you should have one more objective. So all the answer will be posted later on at your, what do you call this? You guys know where to get your answer, right? From the link there. Actually, you can get the answer. I already download the thing now, already upload the thing to you guys. Okay, so Haris exposed to acid to the hand. So what you need to do there, safety showers lor. Okay, so that you can wash the clean and rinse the part that is covered with the chemical substance. Okay, now first thing first, before any of you that say something fancy, if you gonna, they say acid. So somebody say use alkaline lah, don't Teacher, use alkaline cannot. Why leh? Because alkaline is corrosive also. Alright, so you take something that is corrosive, you consider something that is corrosive, then you clean it with corrosive. GG lah. Okay, so that's the idea behind it. So to clean and rinse the part that has come contact with the chemical substance lah. So larutan yang dipanaskan terpercik, if kena the eye, then you immediately rinse and wash the eye lah. Okay. Too fast also let me know, yeah. Let me grab my water. Hello, Lian. Oh, finally Lian is here. Lian, we're using the exercise now, Lian. If you guys got any question, like I say, any question really related to science, just ask only. Okay? Just now got a lot, got I think one only the student, but he asked a lot of questions. I don't mind. Okay? Otherwise, right, you may find it, your brain will not working. So I really want you guys to ask, even though it's stupid question also doesn't matter. Okay? Can should have pressed my acid video. That's when it gets fun. Okay. Done? Oh yeah, I try to cover chapter 1 and chapter 2 only lah. Okay, 3 and 4 I will cover in the class, and if can today we will cover a bit on the what do you call this, the essay lah. Done? Everybody done? Okay, can I write Penirama? Penirama, M not N. Okay, Peniram Kecemasan. Can. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you got your own answer, and if you think my answer, your answer is better than mine, you can challenge me also. Alright? It's okay. I'm perfectly okay with the fact that, you know, your answer will be better than mine. Okay? Can So number 3, they show the person in the lab. Okay? So 3 things that wear by the student, so you may get it by this point. So you got glove, you got the, what do you call this, the goggle, closed shoes, lab coat. Okay, you got 4, choose 3 lah. Hey, easy 3 marks then. So why the lab is considered as restricted zone there is because that they got this dangerous substance. Okay, so corrosive substance, until corrosive substance enough already lah. Okay, no need to write all the way until toxic substance, no, 2 marks only ma. Okay, so again, this is a common question. If kena acid or alkaline, wash the eye with plenty of water. That's it. Okay. I open my blinder first, yeah. Be brighter a bit. Okay. Still hot. Okay, are we done? Are we done? Hey Google, will it rain?
It's likely. Today is shower. There's a good chance of rain from about 5 p.m. until tomorrow at about 6 a.m.
Not that soon. Okay. You can hear what I'm talking to, you know, Google. Like I say lah, I'm a man of science, so we will use science technology to solve problem lah, okay? Okay. Hey, okay, so now, this one done, huh? Done. Okay, I can move on? Yes. Okay. Okay. So now let's move on. Using hello. Using picture is a bit sus. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so categorize your waste product into 2 groups. Okay, now this one very easy to memorize only. This one is super easy. So all you need to remember, right, the one that can throw. Okay, the rest don't care. The rest cannot throw. Okay, the one that can throw, right, 3 things only. Neutral solution, neutral liquid. So neutral liquid example will be like your salt solution, sugar solution. So these 2, neutral. Wenjie, why you come again? You want to attend for the second time, are you sure or not? I can, no problem. It's free anyway. Okay. So this one is English, Can, no problem. Did anybody introduce you to me or not? Okay, so okay. So round 2, you can ask a question again, Okay, so okay, now bahan buangan, so bahan buangan that can be thrown in the sink. So remember 3 things only. Neutral, weak acid, strong acid. That's it, 3 things only. So you got 3 things only, then can throw. The rest cannot throw. Okay. The next, the rest cannot throw. So you got solid waste, organic waste, chemical waste, heavy metal, toxic, all these kind of things cannot throw. Radioactive, yeah, radioactive got, but radioactive will never be found in your lab. Okay, like I say lah, we don't want anything that lab is got a lot of dangerous stuff, and because it's dangerous stuff, you need to be protected. And when you want to be protected, so the procedure most likely will be very boring lah. Okay. Can. And just now lah, because of Winter just now, right, he did ask about, if you got strong acid, then you dump inside the sink, how? Okay, if got clot, then we really use strong acid. Like I said before, I use strong acid few times. Okay, but it does not work. I tried already. I remember that I got clot drain, clot pipe, then I dump a lot of acid in. Yeah, nothing happened. Okay. Apparently that the best right is you need to know what are you up against. And in my case, right, the one that the culprit that caused my pipe to block is oil. So acid does not work well with oil. Okay, this is a sad thing lah. Okay, so and apparently that the answer for that is hot water. Surprisingly, it's hot water. You take a lot of hot water, you dump into the pipe, and then the one that caused it to clot, right, is because of the fat. Actually, that I'm goreng stuff. I goreng something. So when I goreng something like that, powder is actually gathered at the bottom of the pipe. So when you use hot water, heat can melt the oil, so it float up. So eventually, that you can see that it suddenly got bubble. Okay, it's very ASMR, it's really nice. Okay, so what are the bahan buangan biology leh? Is something that used to be alive, but like I say lah, this thing, right, it can cause biological hazard. Now, biological hazard, okay, now, let me show you first, just in case. Where's my screen? Okay, this is called biological hazard. Sorry, biological. Sorry, Oh no, hazard. Okay, luckily I didn't have anything weird in my mail. Okay, so something like this. This one, this is a logo lah. Okay, anything that used to be alive will be something like this. Okay, so this one can cause some biohazard like diseases. It actually can transmit diseases. But like I said just now, Wenjie did ask about the acid so I may show the class the same thing again, but this time we use sausage, not Wenjie sausage, so it should be fine. So alright, so vaporizing hot dog in acid so this is what will happen.
I've decided to dissolve my wiener in acid. I'm not just going to be using any acid though, and I'm going to be using something special called piranha solution. It's a hot and angry mixture of sulfuric acid and hydrogen peroxide, and I basically just have to drop it in. It almost immediately turns black, and this is all carbon. Now, if I add some more peroxide, I can vaporize the carbon and turn it into CO2 gas. I think it's pretty obvious, but I'm still going to mention that this is extremely dangerous. If any of this splashed on me, it would do something very similar, which wouldn't be super pleasant. It eventually looked like there was barely any of it left, and it was just a sad little meat noodle. Then, over the next 30 seconds or so, it calmed down, and it was ready for another wiener.
Okay, so this is how strong the acid will done to your meat. Okay, so like I say don't you ever try to dissolve it for the human part. Not something that I recommend lah. Alright, so okay, let's go back here. Okay, so you can copy from here lah. Okay, wait. Waste food again. This one, the winner is the small one. Okay. And to be honest, right, since we talk about winner, okay, okay, how do I put it this way? Yeah. Okay, so you guys notice that sausage is not something that we call it processed food, all right? Everybody knows sausage is a processed food, but it's something that we don't really recommend you guys to eat. Okay? A few things first lah. Now, if you take sausage, if you notice, right, the sausage outer layer, you will see something that look like plastic. Okay? You guys notice that? The one that look like plastic? Okay, good news first, it's not plastic. Okay? Another good news, is it eatable? Yes, it is. Okay? But the bad news is, depending whether what race you are, okay, Irish, surprisingly, Malay can eat this also. It's called intestine. The transparent part is actually is intestine. Okay? So that's not the worst part lah. The worst part is what's inside the sausage. Most likely that is something that the industrial don't really want, and then they re-flavor it. Okay, when I say re-flavor, it means what is the thing that normally that couldn't sell in the market. Well, the good news is if you say chicken sausage, right, it is still chicken technically, not wrong, but they will take like their internal organs lah, like the one that normally people don't eat one, like their lungs, the kidney, the heart, the liver, all this kind of thing. So they take this part and then they grind it together and then they add flavoring to make sausage. That's why if you eat the sausage, right, you will notice that the texture is different. Okay, on one hand it's still chicken lah, but still. Okay? Can? So now let's look at the next one, yeah. Hey, Dan, let me know, otherwise I will keep on, talk nonsense, yeah. Okay? Can? So D, right, complete the table, no need lah, okay? So like, complete the table. So this is how to memorize the thing. A is sharp equipment, B is non-sharp, so like your glove or tissue. C will be dead body or carcasses. D will be your liquid lah. Okay, blood technically. All right. 做乜咧？人哋一把我開個乾嘛？開乾了，我不等了。他讲5点才下雨哦，刚才又讲2点。Just now Google say it's 1 o'clock raining. Now no more rain. Yeah. Done? Done, Okay, so now question 5. The diagram below show one type of waste in the lab. Name one category. So this one is D lah, because it's liquid. Okay. How do you throw it? We need to put it in the oven. Autoclave is an oven. Okay, heat it up, destroy the cell first, and then can dispose directly to the sewage system. Okay, the idea here is why we want to do that is we want to destroy whatever unwanted bacteria or virus. Okay, because this kind of thing can be dangerous, can be contagious. You know lah, later got zombie apocalypse or what leh. Wenjie got stupid question or not? I was expecting that if you come right, then you might ask a stupid question lah. Might as well, okay? Since like for example, right? Okay, now this is other class, other class student ask teacher, will there be any zombie or not? Okay, in real life, okay, okay, you're doing project lah. Okay, can. So In real life, right, got zombie, got something that we call a zombie, but it only exists in the animal world. Okay, like caterpillars, insects, or something like that. Okay, but like I say lah, then another thing is zombie in human wise, no, there is no documented cases whereby that you got this human become zombie. No. Why? Is very simple. Because the moment that the brain cease to work, the body also cannot work. Okay, it's as simple as that lah. All right. So before any of you that scared of, you know, scared of zombie apocalypse, then lah, not that bad lah. Okay. Then let me know, yeah. Done, ah. Teacher, which chapter is the most popular? Okay, so now for your first term exam, right? Good question though. For your first term exam, the one that is really important is the one that weighs here, chapter 1 and chapter 2 lah. Technically, chapter 2 is the one that they really ask a lot one. Okay, so chapter 2. Chapter 3, not so much. Chapter 3, the pulse rate only lah, the one that important. Chapter 4 is really like, a bit like no-brainer a bit lah. Chapter 4. Okay. So that's the idea lah. But after your first term, most likely that, after first term, we will focus more on the, how do I say this? On the first term, after first term, then it will be chapter 5 onwards. Will be, chapter 5 is one of the most popular one. Okay, something that you need to aware of. And by the way, for Form 4, you got like total of 12 chapter. The last two is not so popular. Okay, can So this one done, so I move on. Okay, now, how do you throw the rubbish by using the standard operation procedure, the SOP? So again, same thing. This one is your, okay, you need to identify sharp or non-sharp. In this case, non-sharp. Alright, so you need to put it in the biohazard bag, autoclave it, and then throw. Okay, so the one that cannot throw in the sink, like I say anything that not neutral, not weak or weak acid, weak alkaline, that should be fine already. Okay. Then let me know, because that later on will be, a bit harder a bit. Okay, done. Let's go. The next one, So, complete the chart for the situation above. So, okay, come, let's go. So now this one, right, Mercury, So this one, okay, put star for C here. This one is actually one of the most important part also. Okay, Wenze, just in case. Here, right, so if you got thermometer breakdown, so actually you got this mercury leakage. So when you got this thing happen, right, remember, must always put sulfur powder into the spillage. Okay, and then you call the fire department. Very, very important. This one very, 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 very important. Must know. Okay. What sulfur means? Sulfur is actually is a type of yellowish powder. Yellowish powder. Then actually they take it from the volcano eruption lah. Okay. To put in the word that you can understand a bit. Okay. The one that you can see. Sulfur. They say that you pour the powder at your back door there so that it can prevent the snake from coming in, which is not true, by the way. So you may heard something about this. So if you didn't heard something about this, then chances are you may see something like, I'm not sure whether you see those foreigner, like the Myanmar or the Vietnam people, whereby that you see some of them when they work, right, you will notice that they put something yellowish on their face. That's sulfur. That is sulfur. Okay. Supposedly they say that put sulfur on their face will make their skin smoother lah. In a way, correct, because sulfur is toxic. In a way, yeah, it's powder. You can add a little bit of water, then it will be slightly acidic. So this thing is good for, if your face, apparently lah, if you ask them, right, they will say that because that this thing, like, it got this antibacterial property. So that's why that, can prevent got pimple lah. Okay, but personally, like I say lah, sulfur is a toxic item. I don't really recommend you guys using it. Okay, this is my 2 cents lah. And those of you okay, just now where is Harish lah? So if got Harish, then I can talk about this. Something that they need to know. Oh, by the way, I can be racist at times, yeah. When I say racist, right, means that I embrace racism. Meaning that, right, we will talk about race, we don't hide it. So just now, got one Malay just now, Harish, If Harish is here, right, I will say the same thing also, Right now, right, they got something that we call as, whitening cream. So I'm not sure that any of you that got darker color, especially the girls, that wanted to be white. So the thing about making you white is, I recently know only, they actually use mercury to whiten your skin. Okay? And believe me, it works. Like I say, it works, but you got side effect lah. Mercury at low dose, right, is actually got this bleaching property, so it can make your skin white color. Okay? Interesting facts, right? Okay, now a person that carry out the experiment use few things. So okay, so once you finish the experiment, right, he must throw the rubbish lah. So you got pichagari, which is your syringe, knife, scalpel blade, your glove, blood, okay, and blood lah. So what is the thing that can throw in B? Oh, B is your, non-shock item, then will be your glove lah. Okay, but before you throw, again, that's why you see the answer is the same here. Okay, it's because that this glove, you must burn it first, heat it up to kill the bacteria, whatever bacteria is there, before you can throw. The reason why we do that is, like I said before just now, we don't want any contagious disease that might be end up in the rubbish bin that it cause another pandemic. Okay, COVID is bad enough already. You still want to make it worse, man? Right? Okay. Ammonia serum is a sort of liquid that is, let me think, a sort of liquid that, like I say lah, like saliva. What is jarum? Jarum is syringe lah. Syringe, jarum. Okay. Okay. How do I say this ah? Okay, so some people will say that, teacher, what's the difference between the needle and the syringe? Okay. Oh God, I need to draw this again. Okay, now this is syringe. Sorry, my drawing a bit bad. Now syringe will look something like this. Okay? Can? The needle is actually this part. Okay, the one that in green color. Okay? So you can see the difference. Either way, these two is actually you still need to throw because they got their head is actually very pointy. So you cannot use regular plastic bag. Otherwise, if you use regular, even though you say the toughened plastic bag, right, still the same, the plastic bag will break. So we don't want that thing to happen lah. So you must put it in a very special container. Hold on, I'll see whether I can find this thing or not. Yeah, why? Hold on. Okay, so it will look something, hold on. It will look something like this. Yep. Okay, hold on. I'll open up for you guys. Stop. Share. Okay, now it will look something like this. Okay, you notice that they can just throw it into this bin. So you got multiple areas. The one that they use in Malaysia is this type. Okay, whereby they take the needle part, they must dump it on the top. Okay, now the reason why we use this bin is exclusively used in this bin so that the needle cannot be poked out lah. Open the wrong one again. Oh, no. Okay, come. Okay. Can I? So this one done. So I think we can move on with the next one is okay. Your fire extinguisher. Now fire extinguisher, right? The one that if you don't want to, how do I say this? If you don't want to remember anything on the fire extinguisher, always remember your dry powder. Because dry powder can be used in every single fire. But it's a bit toxic, that's why. Okay, so it can, it can pollute your soil lah. So this is the weakness lah. So the rest, right, I don't really wanted you guys to remember because this thing, right, the color, no lah. Water is for first class, solid, and then foam will be second and third. Okay, so if you want to look at this, right, some people thank you. Okay, so now something like this, yeah. Wait, what? Okay, come. So if you look at your short notes, right, how do you memorize the thing, yeah? Okay, now this one. You may notice, oh no, come on. Okay, now this one, Okay, so the one that they use it a lot of time is actually dry powder. So how do you remember the thing? You got the class first, class of fire. You got A, B, C, D, E, F. So you got a lot of class. So how do you remember that? A is solid, B liquid, C gas. Easy? Solid, liquid, gas. D wise, right, is metal, E is electronic stuff, and F will be oil. So that's why, right, normally lah, in your lab, you only got the foam so that it can clean out A and B, and then the carbon dioxide, which is B, C, E, F. Now the one that is the most powerful one will be the, what do you call this, the dry powder lah. Dry powder is the easiest one. Okay, so this is how I remember the thing lah. Okay, now the procedure wise, so the procedure, very easy. Remember the word pass. P-A-S-S. P stand for take off the pin. Okay, remove the pin lah. Okay. P stand for pin lah. Okay. And then A is to aim. So in BM is halalkan. And then C is squeeze. S is squeeze. You press the thing. So while you squeeze the thing, then the last one, another S will be spread. Okay. Press, then spread. So this is the idea behind it lah. Pass. Very easy. Okay, but not easy for BM lah. BM we got no choice lah. Okay. They didn't use the acronym there. Alright. So again, 3 type of fire extinguisher. The label for X and Y. Then it will be red will be X will be red. Y will be cream lah. Alright. So state 2, thing that is burned in your violet, it will be wool and oil lah. Okay, and another fire extinguisher will be your dry powder lah. Got weird question also can ask, yeah. I remember that got one case, the stupid case lah actually. Got one guy actually, he murdered a lot of people, and then he decided to throw the body into the pipe. And then it got clogged. And then he is the one that's stupid enough to call the plumber to fix the problem. So when the plumber opened the pipe and see, you know, got a little bit of bone, a little bit of meat, then, you know, he said, why got meat? Why? He said, oh, because I throw the KFC inside the toilet. Already not logic. Then when the plumber started to discover, you know, they found human hand or human leg pieces of this, right? They know lah, okay? And then the plumber called the police lah. Okay, sometimes you got dumb murderer also, sometimes. Okay, weird, but you know, things happen, man. The world is not perfect, okay? Okay, can So question 10. Okay, now question 10 show the fire that happened at home. So fire can happen at home. Okay, now this is one of the example. This is overloading lah. Okay, can electrical appliances overload? This is what happened. So when it overloads, actually, if you try to touch your electrical appliances, even though if you look at your handphone, especially when you charge, right, you try to touch the charger and see, you will notice that the charger is very, very hot. Okay, and then you put some more like this, so it will start to melt. Of course, before it melts, then you will have smell first. So next time, right, if you like, you know, if you pass by your house, if you smell something burning, try to pay attention a bit, because it may be electrical appliances that, you know, sometimes it's overloaded, sometimes can be, you know, for the wrong reason lah. Okay, one of the wrong reason, right, if you notice, if you look at your how do I say this, if you look at your switch, okay, so let me show you mine. Okay, mine is Wi-Fi switch. Okay, I'm not sure that I show in the class already or not. I think they didn't show only. So this is my switch. That will look something. Hold on. Okay, that will look. Okay, now will look something like this. Okay, so you can see that beside the remote control, right, that will be your aircon switch lah. And the one that on the both side there is what I call as Wi-Fi switch, whereby that the Wi-Fi switch, right, allow me to do something like this. And if you want to see, right, I can do some magic show, something like this. And you see both of my hand is here, so I can say something like, hey Google, goodbye. Come on.
All right. Have a good day.
See? I'm disappeared. Okay, so I turn off the light. Or I can do something like, hey Google, hello. Ta-da! Okay, so this is the power of Wi-Fi switch lah. It do have some weaknesses. If my Wi-Fi is not installed properly, right, then I cannot use this thing. Okay, can. So this one is actually lazy to the next level. If you say expensive, the Wi-Fi, okay, now the it's called Google Nest actually. Okay, if you want to do it, you can say something like this. Hey Google, say hi to everyone.
Sorry, it looks like there aren't any speakers connected to your account right now, so I can't broadcast your message.
Yeah, so this is sad lah. Okay, you can ask him to do a lot of stupid thing one. Okay, so because I already linked the Google Nest with the switch, so you can control something, you know, like this like the switch lah. Okay, actually that I'm lazy lah, you know, like when you lie down on the bed already, but you want to turn off the switch, so this is what you do lah. It's actually until today it have been like 4 years been using this thing. Okay lah, so far so good lah. Okay. Done, you got all done. Hey, you guys done, let me know. Otherwise, I'll continue to talk crap, you know. Okay? Can. So, while you guys copying the thing, okay, so I may say something like, you know, something, you know, useless fact lah. Okay, can So now the next one, okay, your fire extinguisher can function is okay, but how do you make sure that the fire extinguisher around you function well all the time? So you must always make sure that they got proper maintenance lah, especially the expired one. Expired one, actually you no need to replace. Okay, you need to resend it back to the factory so that the factory people will check it for you. Most likely that, I don't know, the fee is somewhere around like 5 to 10 ringgit. You know, if they didn't, they only check the pressure, make sure that everything is fine, then you know, like it's okay lah. They can last for another few years lah. So if you want to refill the thing, I remember that got one time that I use up the TTC fire extinguisher for education purposes. Okay, need to say this first. For education purposes, apparently that when you refill, it only costs like 30 ringgit. You buy the whole thing, it will cost you like 120 ringgit, including the tank. But if you refill, somewhere around like 30 to 35. Okay, not that expensive lah. Alright. They say that every house should have a fire extinguisher. I say lah, I don't know lah. Okay, until right now, I don't feel that I have the needs to use fire extinguisher lah. Okay. So done So now question 11. So question 11, okay, type of fire extinguisher, again the same thing lah, as I said lah. A is solid, B is liquid, okay, C is gas lah, okay, D will be your magnesium. Teacher, sand also can make the fire disappear, right? Yes, not wrong. However, you have to understand that to see that whether that is under this category or not, this one. Okay? Because sand is silicon dioxide. Okay? If you look at the whole name, right, is silicon and oxygen. Okay? And then you see the word here, magnesium, the one that, you know, D, you see the metal that cause fire. This is called magnesium, sodium, potassium, aluminium. Now, in scientific name, right, the moment you see the word "ium" at the back, this is what I call as reactive metal, or in your language lah, your art stream language, right, is handsome boy. Okay, the metal that I consider as handsome boy, right, is very dangerous. It is called reactive. It will react with oxygen violently, so it will cause, you know, explosion, or it will burn vigorously. Okay, it's totally different from the fire that, you know, you guys see. Like for example, that you know, if you light up the candle, the flame is yellowish in color, correct? If you open your gas, it will be bluish in color. Okay, it sounds good already. The blue color is strong, but you got one more color that is way stronger than blue color, is white color. And in case you say that, teacher, I never see the white color, what do you call this, flame before. You actually seen one, but I can show you if you want to, just in case lah. Are you guys done? Let me know, yeah. Okay, now let me show you. Let me show you. Okay. Okay, it's called magnesium burning. Okay. I didn't show in the Chinese class, so I can show you in the.
Well, some.
Okay, come. Let me show you. Now, example, on your, what you call this, on your notes, right? They say that they use what already? Magnesium, right? You see here? Magnesium, right? So let me show you how this magnesium burning. It will be very, very scary. Okay? So, come. Okay, there. Okay, let's go.
Other metals are even more reactive than the iron that we saw, and one of these is magnesium. Magnesium is just a silvery metal. This is in the form of magnesium ribbon here, and this burns in air very easily and gives out a lot of energy in the form of light and heat, but a brilliant white light. So you can see this here. Bring the lights down, please. So a brilliant white light.
Nah. Okay, you see it's white color. It is so strong that you cannot see directly with your eye. If you see directly with your eye will burn, almost like your eye is looking at the sun. And I always say this to my students, if you grab this thing and you burn, right, you will become God for 3 seconds. Only 3 seconds. Because it burns so bright, right, your audience will be look like this. So you just raise up and you say, call me God! This is how cool this thing can get. Okay? So, now, yeah, it's like, you know, bring that into a lighting bulb. Yeah, and this is the one that, okay, now somebody did ask a question, okay? Teacher, what happened that if you pour water or you pour sand on this thing, what will happen? Okay, so let me show you in water. Okay, now this is where that it started to get very scary. Okay,
Well, could we use water instead? Right, now we're going to try this. We've got a beaker of boiling water here, and I'm going to light some petrol and put this into the beaker. Well, before it even gets into the bottom of the flask, haven't even put it into the water yet, the steam has put it out. So even the steam puts out the burning petrol. What about burning magnesium?
okay, that's why you see when you use what you call this petroleum gas, right? You can use water because water actually able to extinguish the gas like that. But what happened that if you use magnesium?
So I need to light the magnesium to get it going. Going to get it going, get it burning. Okay, and lower it into the steam and into the water. And look how vigorous the reaction is. So even in water, the magnesium, well, it burns in water. This is...
Okay, so it's dangerous. That's why that here your teacher did not explain to you guys lah for this. Okay, that's why here for D we cannot use so-called your water. If you put with water, it actually will make the fire even bigger. Okay, that's why this thing is freaking dangerous. Okay. Let me know if you guys done, yeah? So, for those of you that who say, teacher, I never see this thing before, you actually seen this thing before, okay? Of course, done it, okay? So, No lah, not you lah, the rest lah, the rest. Okay. So, some people will ask, teacher, I never see this before leh. Actually, you did. To be honest, you did. It's called your fireworks. Okay, even you take the one that the stick that you burn, right? That it started to sprinkle. That one is magnesium. Okay, so a lot of time, right, is you already seen it. It's just that you don't know it's there. Okay. So now let's move on. So again, same thing, pass. So what you need to do is you remove the pin, you aim at the fire, and then you spray it. So you REQP lah. So we are using dry powder, and we can use the carbon dioxide fire extinguisher lah. Okay. So if you guess, you can use this, or if you don't want to use your brain, you can always use dry powder. Okay, it's always there for you. Okay. Except for Wen Zhe, the rest done, let me know, yeah? Hmm. Done, okay. So let's move on. Okay, so okay now, done, so we can officially go to emergency health. Okay, so your emergency health, yeah. So emergency health will be two things only: CPR and what else? CPR and one more is Heimlich maneuver. Only two. Okay, so CPR. Look at the name. So this name can be a bit. The explanation will be a bit difficult. Yeah. So what is cardiopulmonary resuscitation? So if you look at the name, resuscitasi or resuscitation means you bring back somebody from the dead. Okay. And then another one is called cardio, means your heart. Okay, that means that you want to pump the heart so that the blood is flowing. Pulmonary is for breathing. Okay, that's why that if you look at the whole explanation, right, is combine chest compression, the kanan dada, and breathing into the mouth. So this one is very important, something for you guys to aware of. Okay, so this thing is to revive a person. Remember the word that I use, revive, 复活. So what does it mean? Is to make people be alive again. So in what case you need it? Very simple lah. Make sure that somebody is dead first. Okay, that's why C, right? Find the symptom that the person is dead. So it does not respond, yeah, dead lah. Does not breathe, yeah, make sure die first lah. Okay, so it does not breathe. Okay, it does not have heartbeat, so breathing lah. Okay, mangsa tercekik, choking, still alive, cannot. Wow, so bad. Okay, so that's the idea. Don't help when the person is still alive. You actually make sure that they need to sit upright first, and then must call ambulance lah. Okay, don't help when the people still alive is very, very true, especially that if your intention is want to kiss somebody. Okay, you know lah, some people will be like very, very naughty one, correct or not? Especially the guys. Okay, they say one pretty girl only. Truth to be told, very rare will have this kind of thing. When people that suffer from this, most likely, if you really want to see got pretty girl, right, most likely is drowning lah. In the case of drowning, then yes. Okay, other than that, okay lah, electric shock also. Electric shock, drowning, these two, the scenario lah. Okay, but most of the time is stroke or accident. Okay, So this one done. So okay, now you can fill in the blank. I don't really like this question because you need to, you know, fill in the blank. I don't like fill in the blank thingy leh. Because fill in the blank we actually can write a lot of word there. Okay. So the last one is you call ambulance lah until the ambulance arrive. Must repeat must repeat. Okay. But again sometimes I repeat step 3 and step 4 until ambulance arrive. In Malaysia I thought people are joking, but sadly enough it's true, you know. The one that I find it sad is because how do I say this I remember that I see one cases before whereby that the person is actually being hit by the car. Is actually is a OKU. Okay, he's being hit by the car. Unfortunate thing, and he's bleeding. Okay. However, right, when we decided, and I noticed that nobody called. It's kind of rare lah. Okay, nobody called the ambulance lah. Okay, so my girlfriend asked me to call the ambulance, which I did. And I called, they asked me about the location, blah blah blah, this kind of thing, and then we call lah. Not one person, I think few people call also. So by the time you know the ambulance arrived, right, the person already go away. The person already being picked up by somebody else. To be honest, I think that he already go home, which is 1 hour later. Ironic, Welcome to Malaysia lah. Yeah, about the accident. It's like, you know, a car actually banged a motorcycle, and then the motorcycle person, you know, is being, you know, dropped, and then you got this bleeding lah. Okay, the person like is in daze lah. But 1 hour later, they only arrived. Hiya. So this is kind of sad lah. Okay, so question 2. But he's alive though. The person is still alive, so no worry lah. Okay, so this one is CPR again So the procedure must know lah. Let not less let the victim get the oxygen. So what you do here, okay, now before we go further, so what happened here, what we do here is what are we trying to do is when you press the heart, okay, when you do the chest compression, right, is to allow the oxygenated air to go. Okay, now this is P. No, okay, is actually that to make this artificial blood circulation. You're actually pressing so that your blood in the body is moving. Okay, it's circulating so that you can get, you know, a little bit of whatever oxygen that is left. Okay, and then what else? When you breathe in, it's not kissing. A lot of people say it's kissing. It's not kissing. It's actually an L-shaped mouth. You make sure that you must seal the mouth. That means that you need to open and cover the mouth entirely, and you need to close the nose. Okay? Can? So if somebody want to kiss until he is awake, not kiss. Kiss means sucks, you know. But no, this one is you need to blow. So you need to blow the air into the person. And hopefully that he choke lah. Okay. So you need to blow in, not suck out. The person need oxygen. Some people will say that, teacher, but I remember you say breathe out got more carbon dioxide. True, not wrong, got carbon dioxide, but you have to understand, breathing out, right, the percentage of carbon dioxide is from 0.04% increase to 4%. Okay, but you still got that 16% of oxygen. If you didn't breathe in, that means that it does not give oxygen to the fella. The fella will die lah, most likely. Okay. But the question is, like I say lah, already discussed with what do you call this? So C is actually RQP lor. Okay, RQP C. Okay. So again we go back to the word DNR, whether they want to rescue the person or not. Okay. I'm not sure that Lian already experienced this or not in my class, but I did ask the question before. Do you want to throw you guys under the bus or not? Okay. Winter, you want to try the scenario or not? Hey, Winter is not here. Okay. So, Winter is here again. Okay, so Wenjie is here. So the rest of you, right? If you want, you can play the game if you want to. Okay. No lah, play only lah, play only lah. Very easy. Okay. Okay. Now this is what happened to my cousin, whereby that got one day, his father, is having dinner 5 o'clock. Yes, it's early. So he's having dinner with his friend. He ate fried rice and then he come back home and then he tried to take a nap. So he slept from 7 o'clock. Like 10 minutes later, he wake up and then he started vomit on the floor. Okay, so the whole thing is on the floor. And then his elder son, which I will place you later on in his position, whereby that saw everything. So the father unable to talk, okay, only can show, hand language and head movement only. He unable to speak at this point. So, okay, then the son saw everything. So this is your position right now. Okay, when you grab the phone, immediately you grab the phone, you say to your father, "Pa, should I call ambulance?" Your father shake his head. Then who should I call? Call the TCM, is it? TCM is Chinese traditional medicine, which is, a Chinese doctor lah. Okay, Chinese practitioner doctor. Your father not the head. Who should I call at this time? It's like 6 o'clock, okay? So, he said, call our cousin. The father not the head. So, he immediately called the person, the cousin. The cousin was at Klang. He is at Kepong, okay? And the cousin say, right, I at Klang right now. If you want me to come immediately, it will take like 1 hour. Okay? So he asked his father, so should we wait for the cousin? Your father nod the head. So what you should do? You want to follow your father's instinct, or you want to call 999 to call the ambulance to rescue your father? Cast your vote. Don't worry, since all of you direct message me, your answer will be private. Come. Call 666. Wait, don't You want to call ambulance or you want to wait? So two answer. Okay, come. Using Lian, Cheryl, Ziqing. I remember this story. Okay. Call the ambulance or wait for the cousin. When you say wait for the cousin, you essentially ask your father to be dead. Okay, let me be clear with you. Okay, come. You remember? But again, tell me the story. What is your answer? Wait for the cousin. Yeah, he never called. Okay, so like what? Okay, hey, Lian using try only lah, no right or wrong answer lah, okay? Can? Cheryl, but will you call or not? Will you call the ambulance or not? If he called the Chinese thing, right? Yeah. But will you call or not? The question is, will you guys call or not? You guys want to wait for the Chinese thing? Well, all of you say, wow. Okay. So all of you wait. So all of you wait, your father will die lah. Let me tell you first lah, the father will die lah. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on first. This question. Yeah, the father will die. The father will die lah, obviously lah, because there's no immediate attention. Okay. What about just ignore? Wow, your father got something like this and you're just watching him die? Actually, that I'm really curious, how his son respond to the whole thing, Okay, his son is like looking at his father dying. Seriously. Okay, and 1 hour later, okay, as the story goes by, Now, as the story goes by, when the cousin eventually reached the house, and the moment that he touched the body is already gone cold. Okay, meaning that, right, even if the cousin actually resorted to do cardiopulmonary resuscitation, as what we say just now, the father is already dead. Okay, so there's no point. So then only the cousin only asked the ambulance to come, which ambulance come and pronounce the person is dead, and then they go back. The reason why the ambulance didn't take the patient, because the patient is dead, there's nothing the doctor can be done. So it's supposed to send to the morgue. Morgue, so, you know, the one that burned the diseased one, lah. So for the autopsy, lah. Okay, can, which is sad, lah, to be honest. But at the end of the day, how about the ambulance don't give response? The ambulance should give response, actually. That this one is actually, the ambulance, their house to ambulance is only 10 minutes, you know. I was wondering that why the son does not, you know, put the father into the car and then, you know, send. But again, the son respected the father's decision. He followed his father's decision, and sure enough, his father is dead, In this case, he's dead. Now, sad as it is, and believe it or not, the story actually stands. I knew got one time my neighbor called police, but the police does not give response. But what is the reason they call the police first? You cannot say just because that the police, you call the police, then they are obligated to come, right? That's the idea. Or because got fighting, is it? Oh, that is legit, But if like that, right, then most likely that the police will take the time, actually. They don't want to involve in the fighting. If you ask me, they don't really want it. Okay, yeah. They don't really want it. They wanted to, you know, cool it down, then the police come, and then, you know, the thing, okay. Can. So, on the father's case, just in case, for those who want update, right, the father is dead. Is the son making the right call? The answer is yes also. Okay, because the autopsy revealed that the father have this hemorrhage at the back of the head. So remember that the back of the head, right, is actually got this brain as well. So by the time that, you know, he asked the ambulance to come, he already got brain damage. So if on that fateful day, if the son is actually able to rescue the father, the good news is father is still alive. The bad news is the father most likely will be vegetable. Okay, become a vegetable guy in a veggie state so it cannot move. Okay, you got the person but not the soul in a way Okay, so this will be a very, very sad thing. He made the right call. Personally, I say that he made the right call, because even though his father is alive, there will be tremendous amount of medical fee, you know, the time and attention. And to make things worse, just in case for Wenzhe who don't know the story, right? They actually got their mother, which is I didn't mention in the story just now. Their mother is suffering from the exact same thing, only the difference is at 12 o'clock midnight, exact same thing, and she lost all of her bodily function except for his left hand, and until today she's still alive. Okay, this is kind of ironic thingy. Okay, how many subject teacher have to teach? I don't teach you one subject. Okay, but I learn a lot of stuff actually. So number 4, so a man is rescuing what do you call this, drowned person. Again, you use CPR Make sure that he's not alive first Okay, can. So sad thing about the mother is still alive and still go back to the same question that I mentioned just now. Everybody want her dead, but cannot say that they want her dead. Even she herself wanted to die, but nobody grant her the thing Okay, So right now she's rotting away. I should use the word rotting away in old folks home. She are using 4,400 ringgit per month to to the person to take care of her in old folks home lah. Okay, you may ask, teacher, why so expensive leh? Because the facility there is actually top notch. It's actually not that bad. I go to there, I've seen worse. But that place is one of the good place. Although that the smell is not so nice lah. Okay, but 4,000 ringgit per month. Can you imagine that? Sad that way. So this is the thing that, hopefully that you guys know lah. For me, that's why that I discuss with my parents. If anything wrong with them, we don't really want to, we don't want to rescue lah. Otherwise, right, bedridden, enough is enough lah. But again, this is my personal opinion lah. Okay. Because I've seen so many cases whereby that, even though you rescue a person, but that person is not a person anymore. In the term of the, what you call this, if you guys want to understand the term, right? So that person essentially becomes zombie already, no? It's not his former self anymore. And to make things worse lah, for Wenzhe lah, just in case I just saw one just now. I just saw one. Got one. I have my lunch so I go to take my lunch, right? I see this woman, she, how do I say this how do I put the word she stare blankly. She look at you like something like this blankly. Okay, I don't like that thing at all. Okay, because like I say, I'm a counselor. I have the ability to, to be honest lah, this is something that I didn't tell you guys lah. I have the ability to look inside the person's mind if I wanted to lah. Okay, can? And when I look at her eye, inside is, sometimes when you can read minds, right, it can be painful because you can see that, you can sense the despair, you can sense the hopelessness, and the struggle. Okay, and along the line, right, she's being ignored lah. Okay, something like she want to do something, but she like and then the person also, right, who caretaker, right, look at her also, is like it's insulting, okay. So this is a sad thing now. Sometimes I look at this, it's like, hiya, sad life that way. Okay, so now let's come back here. So once you take the emergency help already, so he awake already, so you must place it on his side lah. Okay, so what will happen if the person fail to get oxygen there? You'll suffer from brain damage. Okay, if you wrongly do, also can suffer from rib can be broken, or sometimes if you press too light, it does not reach at all. Okay, can let me know if you guys done. Done? You guys done? Okay. Done. Okay, so now the next one. Okay, for question 5 onwards, it will be Heimlich maneuver. So Heimlich maneuver. Okay, now for Heimlich maneuver, right? Which one has the most risk of die of choking there? It will be 80 to 89. So you can see from here lah. This one will be the highest one. Okay, 80 to 89. This is the age whereby that you should die. Okay. Yeah, this is the age that I wanted to die lah. At this age lah. Yeah. Okay. Can. What else? Okay, so now the next one is based on your answer in A1. Give one of the reason why he died. Old age lor. Okay. So OH like, you got lack of energy to chew food. Now the one that I didn't mention just now, right? They sometimes sad, sometimes they accidentally swallow their denture, their fake teeth. Sometimes they don't have teeth already at this point. Okay. So what is the technique that can be used to save the person there? Is Heimlich maneuver. Must know how to spell, yeah? Heimlich maneuver. Must know. Okay, and list out the step for your technique there. So you must stand behind, put the hand into the stomach, and then press the stomach. Okay. Do until that they vomit something out. This is the most important thing. You must do something that until something vomit out, then they are in the clear already. Okay, are we done? Okay, so now number 6, procedure to save the person from choking. So this will be your Heimlich maneuver lah. Same thing. So what is the best situation to do Heimlich maneuver? Again, if somebody is dead, then cannot. It's totally reverse from the one that you have just now. Okay, so no heartbeat. So this one wrong, difficult breathing. So this one correct. Okay. Ask only lah. See whether if it's not right, then maybe that I cannot help, but you can try your luck. Hopefully it's about science. Okay, so now this one oh no. Okay, so later on. Okay, so this one is 4 So if you look at the first picture, is the same. So this one confirm is number 2. So it started off with one here to check the thing. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, so what's the word already? Okay, now the pyramid with the eye is called Illuminati. Apparently that there's a myth. They say that this is the thing whereby that it can see the future, or is a top of the group that control people around us, something like that. Okay, they got this thing, it's like the most powerful, richest people on the earth got the ability to control people. It's like control 95% of the people, something like that lah. Okay, apparently that they exist in the what do you call this, in the US dollar money, apparently lah, if you want to make it more scary. Okay, so they say that control 95%, right? Go back to the concept lah. Okay, question 7. So again, choking. So when it's choking, because there's something blocked in your airway, so you cannot breathe lah. So you must use Heimlich maneuver. Believe it or not, right? If you look at our society right now, right, we actually are being controlled by the government. Okay, can I get the answer to this? You can actually. You can. The answer, right, is already uploaded at the drive there. It's not drive lah. It's like, you guys know that you guys wanted request for PDF file. Actually, there's folder for that. So you can go there and check it out. I think I already placed the answer there lah. I already sent the answer there. Okay, so you can view it later. But again, it's a conspiracy theory lah. Alright, we talk about, the Illuminati. You can search it if you want to. But like I say lah, the world most powerful, the most richest person on earth have the ability to control people lah. Nani, what drive? Not drive. Okay, now then, how do I put this thing? See whether that, Let me try it first. You guys can copy this down first. Then I try to see whether it's possible to do something like this. Yep. Yeah. So, okay. Hold on. So I press. Okay, I send you the link first here to everybody. Okay, hold on. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, to everyone. I place here first. This is where that you come in, right? So, okay, now let me show you how do you go in here. Share screen. Okay, here. Okay, so if you enter the website that I give you, it will allow it enter here, the seminar. So, and then you can go here, get the hard copy, go to the Zoom, and then here, click here to get the PDF notes and answer. Okay, so you click here, you guys are from 4, so science, there you have it. So your notes, objective, everything is here lah. So you want, the answer is this, if your BM version. Yeah, BM version. Apparently that, I put the answer here also lah for you guys to refer with. Okay? Can I think same goes to other subject also lah, I think. Yeah, you see? So, maths, yeah. They put all these things lah so that you guys can refer lah. Alright? Okay. Can. It's same thing for the whole subject lah. I think if you want for the recording also got. Okay, why I'm going to the wrong one all the time. Okay, so let's come back here. Most likely that we will end the class early lah today, because we don't have break, and then it's not like just now I got technical issue, so maybe that we can end the class like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes earlier lah. We see how first lah. Okay. Okay, think about this. If you have the ability, okay, now this one done already or not? Okay, now think about this. If you have ability to control people, right? You don't need to work what? Put in the word that you can understand a bit. So if you see, right, the one that example, the easiest one that you can see, right? You own, let's say that you buy a lot of house, okay, and then you rent it to people. Okay? So those people are going to pay for your house. In the same time, once they finish paying your house already, right, then they will continue to pay you. So at the end of the day, you don't need to work. See the connection there? So this is about controlling people. So the same thing also, like company also is the same thing. Okay, so you become a boss, you hired people to do the job for you, then you don't need to do the job anymore. So something like that. This is a concept lah. This is the adult world, if you want to think it that way lah. Alright. But I don't know, man. If I don't find something that I like, just take the money only, right? I don't know. I feel that the life is actually boring that way. Yeah, that's control lah, in a way. Yeah. Provided you got a lot of money first lah. Okay. But again, it didn't come empty-handed lah. Sometimes got challenges also ma. So that if I say that you collect the rent, what happened that if the person who stay at your house does not pay the rent regularly? But why they use this as the symbol leh? Now the triangle thingy is pyramid, and if you understand what's pyramid for, is the tomb for the king. And why build pyramid for the king leh? Is because that pointer is to point at the universe technically lah. So it's something like when they die, they're supposed to go somewhere in universe. They go to heaven like technically. Okay, I is to watch over the people around them lah. Okay, something like that lah. Okay, now question 8, yeah. So question 8 show a person that's cool. But again you reach to that point first lah. You must be very, very rich first. Okay, like Bill Gates or what, right? That much lah. But like I said before lah, sometimes when you rich doesn't mean that you are happy. Okay, like the one that you guys always glorify about, Steve Jobs, the Apple thingy there. Same thing lah, same thing. So the person, right, is the one that, like Steve Jobs. Yes, he rich, but to be honest, right, he is rich, but he's not happy. That's why he died of cancer. Okay, have money doesn't mean that you will definitely will be very, very happy. Happiness does not come that way actually. Depends. Sometimes people see it like really, really, seriously. Some of them didn't. Okay, can. So now let's go for the next one. Hey, we actually done for the chapter 2. Hey, done ah? All done? All done? Okay. Lin, done? Okay done So now we still got time, so I think that we can skip 3 and 4 because 3 and 4 I will cover in the class Okay, 3 and 4. So I will skip 3 and 4 and then I will jump to here. The last one here, okay, the experiment, yeah. So this is an experiment. Now the experiment wise, right, okay, we are talking about you need to write something like this. But don't worry, in exam, right, this thing is given. Your projector, your problem statement, hypothesis, tujuan, pemolehan. So you don't need to memorize this thing. Okay, so the question will always ask you about what is the problem statement of the statement, problem statement. Another question again. Okay, what do you mean by another question? But sadly now I only got one question, otherwise I will do another question. Yeah, they only give one. Okay, now the reason why I take this thing is because that in exam, this is the common question that they will take for the experiment part. Okay, so you need to know what is this, how do you fill in the blank for this lah. So penyata masalah, right? Does that Malay people sembahyang with that place, like that function? I think so. Kiblat, they call it kiblat. Okay. But like I say lah, this kind of thing, right? Like for me, it's always about evidence. If you don't have evidence, nah, I don't buy this thing. Okay, I really, it's just waste of time lah. Where that thing have normally is point out a certain direction. I think it's point to the north or what, I forgot. Okay, so let's come back here. So chapter 3, right, kada nadi. So exam will come out something like this, and then you need to write down. Okay, now penyata masalah, what is the problem here? So you need to take out the problem. So now it will be difficult to explain it from here. Let's try to do from the exercise. Okay, you guys may need Foskate paper, but as you can see the answer that I write here, you will notice that the answer is actually not that long. The answer is actually not essay. Okay, they say it's essay, but actually it's not. It's actually you need to answer the question accordingly. So let's look at the first one. Okay, so Darius follow his son and the mother to climb up the stair where they stay at 4th floor. Okay, when they reach their home, he found out that his mother is, breathing, heavily, but his brother is normal. So he wanted to find out the investigation why okay, now this is the thing. Okay, untuk menyiasat. So this one is actually your answer for this one, matlamat. Okay, when you see that, to investigate. So this is the answer already, no? You already got. So you actually can copy this thing here, but this one is actually shorter lah. Okay, to study the effect of age on pulse rate. So you can copy this if you want to. Okay, untuk menyiasat. Okay. Now if you want to change it to penyakit masalah, take out this thing untuk menyiasat. Take out this thing, then you put in adakah. Perbezaan antara kadar nadi dan antara kadar nadi antara berbeza mengikut umur. Okay, don't put ibu dan anak lah. Okay, because we're talking about age mah. Okay, so this is the thing. Now this is the keyword that you must follow. Okay, now for those who don't know the hypothesis, hypothesis is actually to answer this problem statement directly. Okay, hypothesis can be right, can be wrong, but in exam it must be right. This is a sad thing lah. So must watch out. The older a person is, the older the pulse rate. So this one very important. Okay, can. So based on the statement, right, create an experiment to investigate the thing. So this is the thing lah. Whatever that you see, they give you a scenario, right? But again, right, the answer is actually here. Bear in mind, as I said just now to Wenzhe, right? The experiment question you cannot create by yourself. The experiment 100% must come out from your textbook. And this thing is actually came from your textbook. Okay? So that is the bad news lah. The good news, however, right, is you know exactly how this, you know that this thing will come out, memorize this thing lah. It's almost like a lead question already lor. So you use whatever that you learn from here, already give this thing to you mah. So, and then you investigate the effect lor. And identify the thing. Okay, now you got a few things here. Manipulated variable is what is the thing that you change. In this case, age. Okay, one is they take young person, another one they take the older people. Okay, and then responding variable is after you change already, what happened. Okay, so in this case it is their pulse rate lah. Okay, and then the next one is constant variable is what is the thing that you should remain the same. Okay, and in this case we're talking about the time lah. Okay, so that's the idea behind it lah. So we go on to the next one. Okay, so the procedure will be something like this, no? Okay. Okay, you guys can copy down on this thing. Let me know if you guys done. Done? Got any question? Okay. My phone number okay. So this is phone number just in case. Wenze, where you stay or Wenze? Jeez. Hui. Yeah, phone number just in case. Alright. If you got any question, actually that I can, I still can help you one. Your online you stop until where? Uh, until, let me think. Until the baby part, the one that, when they got pregnant with the, uh, amniocentesis. Okay, I never attend. Wow, say. Okay, can. So there's an idea around it okay. Okay can. So, karyotyping, correct. Karyotyping already. Almost the last part already lah. Maybe that, on the normal class, maybe I finish off that chapter, and then we will continue to finish off the, the revision lah. Okay, can. So, I'm done lah, technically. Okay, so I think I can release you guys earlier today. Yes, okay, so 3 and 4 you guys can try to do it by yourself lah. Okay, and again I gave you the phone number just now. So if you guys got any question, just ask on it. Alright, anything that like teacher, if I don't understand this topic, can I can you simplify it for me, then I can try to help you lah. Okay? So any question before I end the class? We can end earlier lah today. Okay? Got any question? Got? No so if no question, then I stop here lah. Okay? I see you all in the near future. Okay, or in the class. Okay Can. So okay. Thank you. Bye. Okay, thank you again. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.